I'm gonna finish up this.
I need to finish up my character too. I need to pick my 3 skills. Skills, armor class, traits, ideals, bonds, flaws.
Why'd you do the Underdark?
Better.
Because he couldn't take any more of the women.
I'm so fucking.
That's a good point.
I'm so gay.
Well, you don't have to be from the Underdark. I don't think the Underdark exists in this world. Below every city, there's what's known as
Make my
like
character, okay?
an anti-city. So if you go through the sewers long enough, eventually you will fall onto the ceiling, and then you will go into basically a complete replication of the city above, but it's the anti-version of it.
As above, so below.
That's right.
Or you could just be a drow. And the drow do not have to be an anti-version of an elf unless you want that to be part of your character.
Alright, so that's proficiency at level 1.
Thor's not dead yet. I haven't killed him.
I did.
He did.
Me and my red dragon.
Jared has been
My
puppeting.
whole quest
Is a
just
fraud.
Yeah,
a farce.
It's a freaking farce.
I didn't mean to send you on this ruse. What's your personality trait?
Personality, pretty much I am ready for death. like I welcome death because I can wake up in the next world.
Yeah, giants basically believe in that this world is a dream and that dying wakes you up.
I'm ready whenever you...
I'm ready to start the cameras.
That's how every episode should start, us just staring into the cameras, and then we slowly back up and be like, let's play, guys.
Look at this little piece of shit. You see him?
That's how I imagine most of Josh's rogues.
All the halfling rogues that I've made.
Even when you're not a halfling, I just assume you look like that. I'm honestly curious to see how long it takes you to go from being a barbarian to wanting
So
to be
does
a
it
rogue
matter
again.
which one I do?
So Alex, do you want to be from the anti-city?
Sure, let's do that.
That's pretty cool.
3.
So you can get a 4th. I mean.
You want a 4? Go ahead and put a loot in there. Entertainment route, or entertainer route, he rolled a 1. He's an actor. You're a good
that's
liar,
how
bro.
Maybe that's how you came into this world. They were like, we're going to do a play and we need to bring the alternate version of you. It was like a black swan. And so they went into the anti-city and brought you up and you were like, I'm just going to stay up here.
You're a drama maker.
Sounds like Alex.
When I perform, I make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Alex is all about making the world a better place.
Yeah, there we go. That's me. Totally me.
5. I will do anything to prove myself superior to my hated rival.
Which would be his anti-version.
You don't think I'll fucking do it?
I can't even spell human, I just put H-man. Okay, so Alex, do you have a name?
I don't.
Alfred Tenpenny.
Prad bit.
Prad bit. There we go. I like it.
You should always...
I do like Prad bit. That's pretty funny.
Brad. Okay, so let me get your stats real quick. A 1?
All the way down. 1.
All the way down.
I'm a vegetable guy.
Simple Jack should have been your name.
Where is he again? He's over
Right
here.
down here.
Right here.
Yeah, let's fucking look at this piece of shit right here. You see him? Look at this.
Fucker right here.
Fuck this guy. What's up, Jared?
Hey,
How's it
Jared,
going,
what are you
man?
doing up there, man?
Josh? Tommy?
Josh, can we high five?
Screen and his went through.
It went like this.
This is too much fun.
Okay, so what else about your background, Alex? Like, what is your goal?
I want to make the world a better place. That's my ideal.
With his acting. I don't even think that's what he wants. I think that's just what he thinks. He's like, when I act, the world gets just a bit...
The culture of that city goes up tenfold when I
walk into cities and I'm like, I'm here. And they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Pride Pitt! Damn it! Definitely a porno. Meet your muddy buddy.
That's the interracial one.
I'm all about... There's cookies and cream. That's the interracial one. And then there's... And then the other one is Brownie Supreme.
All black scat.
Yeah.
Brownie Supreme. Okay, so we have a warrior who wants to become a god. We have a guy who believes he is going to burn the world down, and then we got an actor. who's trying to prepare for the role of a fighter in a play.
We always
He's
have
got
pretty,
two good subjects.
we always have pretty colorful parties.
In a world divided by cities and wilderness, where anything can and will happen just beyond the city gates, only the foolish, crazy, most balls-to-the-walls adventurers dare to venture forth. Tarbin, the bear of Thor, Goliath barbarian descendant of the storm giants of Ragnarok. Chosen by Thor to be his wake, Tarbin has thrust himself away from home in hopes that through challenge he may find strength. Stoic, the burning death, human paladin apocalypse of the red dragon Pellamore. Prophesies at birth to be the fire to clean the earth, Stoic left Eclipse, the Black City, to gather worshippers and disciples. And Prad Bit, actor extraordinaire, drow bard and soothsayer of the new age. Playing an adventurer in his latest film, he left the Gold Coast for research, hoping to find inspiration and re-spark his career. Together, they will go off the beaten path. The world is split between cities and wilderness. Those in the cities are taught the rules, the laws, the ways of the world. They get a proper education, proper upbringing. Adventuring is like a job, and heroes can find glory. But if you move outside of the cities, where the farmers live, where the monsters terrorize hamlets, the amount of heroes dwindle. And moving even further away, outside of civilization, where the city walls end and the thieves and rats dwell, you find no heroes, only scum. And moving even further away from that, into the wilderness, a rickety wagon rolls lonely down a dirt road, the last dirt road, towards a village called Goblintown, and that is where we find our heroes.
And what I need to know right now is, why in the hell could you not stay in the Gold Coast? What happened to either make you want to go out to Goblintown or force you out into Goblintown?
Well, I think that goblins are pretty stupid, and they'll be easily converted and or tricked into joining my army.
Although I'm the strongest person alive, I realized that I need to build my strength up even more, and I thought the best place to start would be bottom of the barrel. The goblins.
I will say, Josh, since part of your backstory, sort of, and we talked about it before, involves the idea of this Crucible organization, you will know that there is supposed to be an outpost in Goblintown, a new outpost.
Well, my manager, he's this little asshole of a dwarf. He's kind of a jerk. He don't really like me much after I killed my last manager on set. So I think he's secretly trying to get me killed by throwing me in with these adventurers going out here and doing stupid shit out in the wilderness. But he don't know that I've been through all the schools that I need to be a bard for my role. I just need the fighting experience, so I'm ready to go out there and tackle some goblins. I heard they're pretty weak, so.
So we all on the same wagon?
You're all on this one little shitty wagon. Think about like the opening to Skyrim. This little wagon, everybody's huddled in the back. It's raining. It's like pouring down rain. There's even a bucket in the middle trying to catch the rain that's coming through the ceiling that's failing miserably.
7'8", 300 pounds.
You are pushing out of the straw hat of this wagon. And you are crunched into like the back corner. There's like a goblin next to you, then you got Jared. Across from you is Alex, and then there is a man in large full plate armor.
I'm sitting between these two goblins, and I'm just like, move over, give me some room.
When you do that, you feel a little prick at your side, Josh. Just a little prick.
I'm gonna look down.
You're gonna look down at the prick.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick him up by his shirt collar and look at him. I'm like, you just stabbed me.
Oh.
You rock him around his goblin face, and he goes unconscious. I mean, he's a tiny little dude.
I'm gonna look at him for a second, and I'm just gonna toss him off the side of the wagon. And then move over.
The dude in the full plate armor kind of eyes you for a second, and then he scoots further away from you. The other goblin just kind of laughs to himself, like, ah.
You know what that means, don't you?
Who missed
It was really him.
I'm too stupid to even, like, I got 8 intelligence. I'm like, I think that I got the problem solved.
Getting to Goblintown, it was a long trek for you guys. It just rained like constantly. You couldn't even tell when the sun went down or not, except it got a little bit darker. But eventually when you hit the canopy of the forest, that didn't even matter because it was so thick that the sun didn't even get through it in the daylight. So it's just like a glaze of days. And before you finally arrive to this glorious town here, which you can all like look at this map and pass it around, it is numbered. And the numbers are for just locations that might be of interest. The town itself is pretty shanty in construction. It's all made of wood and brick. And all the buildings seem like they're hunched over, like they're leaning over the streets, trying to look at the people that are walking past.
Which side are we coming in on?
You're coming in just from the main road there.
Is this like a palace or?
That would be the first building you see. It is on a raised slope, and the building itself, it has boarded windows, boarded door. It looks like it used to be a grand temple that has been closed down, and there is a sign in front of it that says, "Do not enter."
Is there like a market square or anything? Like, are there shops anywhere around?
The first shop you would see would be called the Drowning Cat. And it is called that partially because of the neon sign, yes, neon sign, on the outside that is of a cat falling into a full tub of ale. And it kind of flashes and then, goes off, flashes and goes off.
I'm immediately hopping off the wagon and walking towards that shop.
Okay.
I'm assuming that it's a bar.
So Tarvin goes walking towards the Drowning
I'm
Cat.
going toward the bar, too.
Is it raining outside?
Yeah. Well, okay, getting into the bar, you see that it, despite being called Goblintown, there aren't many goblins in the bar itself. The first thing you will see is behind the bar there is a very large giantess. Josh, you would recognize her as like maybe a hill giant. She might be a stone giant, you're not quite sure. She is, but she doesn't look fat or big. She just looks like how the giants in Dark Souls look. Just like really tall human. Like you are just small. That's what it seems like. She is not big. Everybody else is just small. And she moves behind the counter with like grace and ease, serving the people that are there. There are a few goblins scattered, but for the most part it's other adventurers like you. People in decadent armor with different weapons. Some of them with like holstered sidearms. Some of them with swords that glow with like ghostly energy. It just seems like a place where, adventurers just hang out. They just come here and they chill before they go off and do whatever the hell they might do.
I just realized I have no gold, so I can't buy anything.
You want to go buy me an ale?
You want to lend me a gold? I
I'm
need
gonna
my
look
ale.
around. Who's around me?
There's like a goblin sitting next to you.
Punch that dude in the face.
He's taking shots.
And I'll buy you 2 drinks.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to him. I'm going to tap him on the shoulder. Hey.
I'll turn around to you and you'll see he's got like a sort of a pirate look about him. He's like, "What are you looking at?"
Heard you were a good fighter.
He kind of looks around a little bit and he's like, "Right?"
Want to fight me?
He looks you up and down and he's like, "Not really."
I want to fight you.
Well, I'll be like, "If you don't mind, I'm trying to just enjoy my
If Josh
drink."
looks back at me, I'll be like,
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna say, alright, fine, pussy. And I'm gonna turn around and walk away from him.
He kind of just snickers to himself and takes another shot. Everybody gets one, right?
One.
You're
Okay.
taking back started 20 minutes into the campaign.
What about you, Drow?
I'm gonna walk up to the counter and shoot the shit with the giantess bartender.
When you walk in, almost immediately, the giantess behind the counter stops and she looks at you and she's like, "Oh my lord, it's Brad Pitt." And like you see behind Anya, like hidden behind some of the ale containers, there is actually a poster of you in your last play up on the wall. And she's like, "I saw the hollow recording of that. Oh my lord!" And she's like, she snaps her fingers, and one of the jars of like moonshine comes flying up, and she's like, "You can have my personally made moonshine. I swish it with my own feet." She brings her foot up onto the table, and you can see like grapes encrusted in between her toes. And then she brings it back down, and she's like, "I crush it myself, so it's nice and clean. But just on the house, Mr. Pitt. And if you could please," and she rips down the poster and she puts it down, and she quickly pulls out like a quill, and she's like, "Can you just sign my poster, please?"
Why, certainly. Anything for a fan. And I really do appreciate the moonshine. I haven't had me a good drink in a while.
You definitely
it's
deserve
the
a
strongest
beer.
you can find. Strongest you can find around here.
I've been to some crazy places. I'll take you up on that.
She's like, if you don't mind, one day maybe I'll show you how to make it yourself. I mean, you got a small feet, but I'll give you some of my boots. And
After me and Josh just watched that and said, I'm gonna like, here's your gold. Let's just get drunk.
Put it on the table.
She takes it without even looking at it. Takes it and just pulls out a full thing of beer and puts it down in front of you. Like she does it sloppily. It kind of spills out onto your hand a little bit.
I can only hold it with like 3 fingers.
And then she's just kind of swooning over Alex as he signs it. And she takes it and she's like, if you need anything, just let me know. If you need a place to stay, if you need anything, any information or whatever, I'm here.
Wow.
I'm here.
Well, thank you.
I'm here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, I'm a good friend of old Pratt Bit over here. I've been traveling with him.
She looks at you. She looks at you up and down. She sees that you're a Goliath. You see that she recognizes your emblem as being a storm giant. She kind of scoffs at you, and she's like, "That's nice, sir. I don't not to insult you or anything, but I think Pradbit would hold better company than a storm giant."
I get that smile that Tarvin gives Brienne.
You want to make a charisma check? You want to make this your first roll of the game, Josh? So this is what you want to do?
That's a 5.
You do that, and you see her physically shiver, and she moves away and starts polishing one of the cups.
Well, I would like to, while I wouldn't necessarily call these folks my friends, I am traveling with them prepping for a new film.
Oh, you are?
I am.
What's it about? Is it an action flick? Is it a comedy?
I can't give out any of that information yet.
It's a drama.
You're she she blushes and she does like the Southern Belle like Hammer. She's like, you're such a tease.
Well, I was hoping that maybe you could line me and my companions up with a room for the night. So
I get another beer, please.
She takes the gold. She puts it down real quick. It's almost like a second nature. She's like, well, of course I'll set you up in the. I'll set you up in my room. I'll take one. It'll be all clean and ready for you. I'll set you up there. And I'll get your fellas one of the smaller rooms. It'll be good. Don't worry.
Man, I hope you sleep with one eye open.
I think I'll be okay.
God, I hope so.
You go outside. You see that it has stopped raining in the sun.
Oh.
No. It seems like it's quite a downer to you a little bit.
I'm just gonna slouch my shoulders and go walking off.
Okay.
What
What about you, Jared? Still just drinking your beer? Jared just feeding coins in. We'll say like over like an hour, it would be like 3 gold, and that's as much beer as you could possibly drink. That's like putting.
Who's next to me?
Probably the Goblin still,
I'm
just the pirate-looking dude.
You want beer?
Be like, if you're buying,
I am. Get over here.
he'll scooch to where Josh was sitting.
Get this. What's your name? Goblin a beer. What do you do?
He holds out his little goblin hand. You see that he only has 2 fingers.
You're picking up more now than you were
talk
before.
too much?
Your neck was probably like a
He
mute.
says, you'd be surprised, actually. I used to not have this tongue.
Oh.
Snipped it out. Clerics. It's a long story.
Oh.
Don't want to talk about it.
So what do you do?
Actually, I would like to talk about it, but maybe a different
Go
time.
ahead.
I need a few more drinks.
Well, I guess while she's off setting up that room for me, I'm going to go ahead and just sit down and enjoy the company of this little goblin folk and Jared while I...
So what are you guys just wanting to talk to him, or you wanted to get some information from him, or?
What do you do for a living?
Says, I used to have a ship
Right.
a long time ago, but mutiny. And he holds up the hand with only 2 fingers on it again.
You need help with that?
Oh no, I'm getting a new business. I'm in the smuggling business. Keep it under it's up front,
What do you smuggle?
Have you seen my film that I starred in where I was a pirate smuggler? I bet maybe you could pick up on some good stuff from that.
I'll let you roll. Roll just make a charisma check.
It should be called the Fancy Buccaneer.
About 15.
15, he will say, I did see it.
I wasn't able to go out on a pirate ship because they all tried to kill me when I
They will do that.
Rode out on my boat trying to get on them pirate ships, and they'll start shooting cannons at me. Talk about fucking scary sight, man. So
That's probably the best training you'll ever get from a pirate. I'll tell you that much.
I'm looking for the crucible, by the way.
But when you get there, you see that the building has been deserted. It looks like an old church, and the pews are all still in order. They're still looking good. And where the altar is, there is a platform for a statue, but there is no actual statue there. But sitting like on that platform is a man in a robe.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
He looks up and you see that he's a skeleton, and he's like, "Oh, howdy there! You here to worship the altar?"
I'm here to fight.
He's like, "Well, I don't do much of that. I do the fixing after the fighting, if you know what I mean. A little gold comes my way, a little healing comes your way. You look like a fighter. You're a big man,
Right?
right?
Do they still do the fights here?
Oh, you're talking about that game?
Crucible.
The people, yeah, the game people used to play. They used to do that in the quarry. But the guy who ran it, he hasn't been back in a while. I mean, I used to do the healing for him, but he hasn't sent much of a raven. It's been about a week since he's been gone, actually.
Where'd he go?
A lot of folk around here have been going missing recently. This guy's pretty strong. He wasn't big like you, but he was strong. He had the big muscles.
Well, thanks for the help, Bones.
Don't mention it's skinny. You see, if you want to try to find the guy, you might just want to ask around some people. There were a few people here that were a part of it.
You know where to start?
Square one.
Start at square one. There should be another bar. It says if you go, there's an inn separate to the bar. It's called the Goblin 6. You can go talk to the people there. They might be able to help you out.
I'm getting there then.
Before you leave, he'll be like, "Oh, do you want to make an offering to the altar here?" We don't get much prayers around here, but
What do you pray to?
I pray to the forgotten god. Obviously, don't you see the statue?
What's the forgotten god?
Well, he's a god that was mostly forgotten. I am pretty much the only one here that remembers him.
I have no interest in serving your false idols, so
False idols. Wow, that's a hefty
I'm
claim
gonna
there.
turn around and just walk
Okay, if you change your mind, come
Walking
on,
out.
just come on back, whatever.
pushing the door down.
Like, man, you got any friends?
Just have to say, pirate life's pretty solitary. Have a wife, but she's back on the Gold Coast with the rascals.
How many?
32.
Jesus God.
Yep. I see your emblem there. That's
I have one friend.
it's usually not the kind of emblem people have around here. The sun slaves you got.
Son what?
Sun slaves.
Son slaves.
Slaves.
I get it. Fucking son slaves.
He turns to you, Alex, as he's leaving, and he kind of just like rolls his eyes, like, "What the fuck's up with this guy?"
I stay out of the personal business. I'm just in it for the experience.
As you exit the Drowning Cat, you see Josh heading out of this abandoned-looking temple and heading towards an area that is basically, it has a big sign that is just a 6 with a goblin head, like in the circle of the 6. And it looks very much like the flat building. It's very flat with a lot of different rooms.
Next time, off the beaten path.
Cleanse your sins.
But why don't we just let the actions speak for themselves?
For a moment, you start to like flash back there to that battle. We ain't got feet. We got roots.
The apple trees are.
That's the first living creature I ever killed.